And once you have three, well, you'll see that as the brokers are up and running, you will also notice that they actually talk to the zookeeper. You'll see that when I'm going to do it live. But then it'll all go very quickly. So I just wanted to point out the important bits right now. The next thing that we do is that we are going to create a topic in Kafka. Well, you have the brokers. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to create a logical, categorization of events, and that would be a topic. So we're going to create topic, and then so what we do over here, this one, create. So Kafka topics.sh has got a create option over here, and then I'm pointing out the zookeeper. And I'm stating my replication factor, I'm stating the number of partitions, and then I'm saying, hey, what is the name of the topic? This is actually the name of the topic. The name I have given to my topic is user activity tracking pipeline. It's a classic Kafka use case, which is why Kafka was built. They wanted to track end users activity on LinkedIn.com. So then it says, well, it created this particular topic over here. There you see the name of the topic. Not locking the view. Should I just get over here? You see that this particular topic is created over here, and after I have created the topic, you can list all the topics by just specifying because I'm running it locally, you just specify the host and port of zookeeper, and then you list all the topics. Zookeeper would keep the metadata of all the topics available in the particular cluster, and then you can say, hey, who's the leader and the replicas and all that. That's exactly why I was explaining the concept of leaders and replicas and all that. Yeah. So far so good. And the next section over here is that I'm producing some messages. How do you do that? Kafka comes bundled with a console producer and a console consumer. So if you want to try and play with Kafka, what you can do is you can use the console producer to see, hey, is my setup actually correct? I mean, is my broker really functional? Actually my set of brokers really functional? Is my configuration file written properly and all that? So what you can do is you can just try and use the console producer. Here I'm actually writing the name of my topic over here, and I'm just pointing to zookeeper. Apart from pointing to zookeeper, the producer over here doesn't specify anything. It just says, okay, well, I'm connecting to the zookeeper instance over here, and I'm listing the I'm listing the particular topic over here, and then I say, okay, again, connect to this particular connect to this particular user activity pipeline topic, and then you just write some messages, keep pressing enter, and then just keep sending it. And at the same time, if you start the console consumer, you can see the messages appearing in real time. You're going to see this in action. Yeah? And yeah, just trying to show where the files are actually stored to be written and read, because these were there in the configuration file for server 1, server 2, and server 3. I just wanted to show you that, hey, you know what, server 1, server 2, server 3 log files over here. This is what I specified. Yeah, all right. I just created a demo. Hope it really works. I get a bit nervous showing these kind of complicated live demos. Sometimes it just lets me down. But we'll give it a go. Yeah. If it doesn't work, hey, yeah, shit happens. All right. So let's take the classical Kafka use case. So you have a web application that is acting as a producer. You do something on this web application. It can be something like you logging in, you logging out, visiting your profile information, or changing your email address, or something like that. You can think of all crazy things that you want to track. So you create an event. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I never really thought of doing it, but I've created a demo with JSON messages. Usually I've tried up to 64 KB, and they were really 64 KB because. Okay. Well, there you go. You have the answer. I never really went over 64 KB for a message, so it was fine for me. Oh, sorry. So this is what we're going. This is what we're going to do. We're going to use a web application, like a web application's sending out events, and the events are sent out to a Kafka broker. With you say broker 1, broker 2, broker 3, with several partitions and all that. And then you have a set of consumers over here. Well, I'm going to simulate it. So this is going to be a set of producers, and you're going to see a set of consumers. And I'm going to write all those events into Cassandra, because Cassandra is super fast when it comes to writing stream of data. And the reason why I've used Flink over here for the demo is because, well, I found Flink to be a much better stream processor compared to that of Spark, even though DSC DataStax Enterprise, the enterprise edition of Cassandra, comes bundled with Spark, and they're trying to push it the American way. I think the German product, the Flink, which is also open source, by the way, if you want to check it out, it doesn't do micro batching. Yeah, that's where it is superior, in my opinion, to Spark. In Spark streaming, you're actually doing micro batching, and here is just real-time streaming. It's also written in SCADA, by the way. Okay, we're going to start the demo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send some JSON. Well, I'm going to show it to you. Please bear with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read a CSV file. I'm going to send them as strings. I'm going to do some transformation over here, convert them to JSON. You can do whatever stream processing you want. So I'm just going to do some transformation of those JSON messages. And once I do the transformation, I'm going to just take the JSON message and store them in particular tables. And I'm going to actually show you that in a minute. Just bear with me. I'm going to answer your question right now. Well, you're going to have more than that. It is coming, but I just wanted to answer this question first. So here you have, which module is it? It's the consumer. Okay. In the consumer module, you have the Cassandra database having these kind of column families. Yeah. What I wanted to do is I wanted to store those JSON into these three column families. The reason why I'm storing them into three different column families or tables, if you like to use the term, is that I want to, let's say the events are coming over. Correlation ID here is, for me, a session ID. So I want to know what a user did in a particular session. Yeah, and I want to know reference for me is something. This is what I've used internally. It's something like a person identifier, or okay, well, it's a Salesforce identifier of a customer. So if I know it is you, because you call my, customer care center, and then you say, hey, I'm John Doe, and I'm living in Amsterdam. So I know who you are. I identify you. I know your reference, and I wanted to know everything you did in this particular year. Or I can, well, the reason why I'm using year here is because it's an implementation of a concept in Cassandra called bucketing. Bucketing is an interesting concept because what it does is it solves sort of concentration of node data. Let's say, the celebrity problem, right? Let's say if you're in Twitter, Justin Bieber has got billions of followers, whereas I have less than 50 followers. So I'm not really as important as Justin Bieber. So if I was to store my data in this particular partition, my partition would be very thin. But if I have a partition over here with all the Justin Bieber data, it'll be like, because people are tweeting about Justin Bieber and all that, so this is going to be humongous. So at that time, one of the nice Cassandra data modeling concepts says you may want to use bucketing it really depends on how much of concentration of data that you get on each of those nodes. So what you can do is you can use bucketing like month, year, day, whatever fits your needs. Well, if you're not on the enterprise edition, we can talk about that a bit later. The next one is column family by event type. But let's say you wanted to know really all those events that are only interesting for you, something, say, error events or something wrong happened, and then you showed this particular unexpected exception encountered or system error, blah, blah, blah. You show that to the end user on the screen, and you really want to know only those kind of events and try and investigate that. So those kind of events can be interesting because you only use in a grouping by event type. So I'm actually converting the JSON into these three and then storing them into Cassandra. Does that answer your question? Yeah? All right. So let's go and see the demo. By the way, the source code is over here in GitHub. Yeah, this is the consumer module, and here is the producer module. And I've also written some wiki sections over here just to help you go through this whole process. Yeah, how to set it up and all that. So if it's not just a empty file, a markdown file is more also in the wiki. And of course, if you don't find them good enough, you can always shout out, and then I'll try and update the documentation a bit more better. Okay?